if you got money in 403b and you have some sitting as Roth contributions and some as pre-tax contributions, specifically you need to wash to the end, because there's a mistake that could happen when moving these funds that could actually cause you to pay taxes on your money twice. So 403bs are unique vehicles that you have one account, but there's one side for pre-tax and one side for Roth. The record keeper keeps track of that things, and they know exactly how much you have on each side, how much you're earning on each of them, and when money comes out, they keep track of where the money came from and how it gets taxed. Now, the trouble comes when it's time to transfer it. Let's say you separate from service, you want to move your 403b into your own retirement accounts. Individual retirement accounts are separated. They are pre-tax IRAs and we have Roth IRAs, two completely different accounts. Now, one mistake that happens a lot of times is if we turn a transfer form in to the custodian or the 403b provider and we say, hey, please move it to my IRA account, sometimes the record keeper misses that it was separated and they send the entire amount as a pre-tax investment to your IRA. So if you had $100,000 in 403b, $50,000 was Roth, the custodian got a transfer form and they said, okay, here's $100,000 and sent it all to the IRA. The $50,000 you had as Roth is now inside of an IRA account, which means in the eyes of the IRS now, all that money becomes pre-tax again. Even the $50,000 Roth that you pay taxes on, if you took that money back out, you'd pay taxes on the $50,000. Again, you get taxed twice because there's record keeping mistake. So it's important when you're doing transfers, you're double checking the work and making sure that the money gets moved into two separate accounts. Best practice is to send two transfer forms if this is your situation. Send one for the pre-tax account and one for the Roth account. The confusing part is oftentimes these account numbers are separated. It's the same account number for both. So it can be kind of confusing when transferring money for the custodian to know which one to pull from. So oftentimes I'll actually indicate or put on the form, this is Roth. I'll write it somewhere on the form, Roth pre-tax. And if it does happen where they do it all, there is an undo button, but you got to act fast. You have to basically call the custodian, let them know of the mistake. Typically, by the time you notice this, the account's going to be closed anyways. They send a letter to whatever institution letting them know of their mistake, asking them to fix it. Now, if that institution doesn't get the letter, doesn't fix it, then nothing happens. You need to follow up and make sure it gets done to avoid double taxation. This is a problem that's becoming all too common in the 403b world, and it may happen with the deferred compensation plan. Roth DCPs are pretty new. I haven't seen anyone transfer money from the Roth DCP to a Roth IRA to see if this mistake is happening, but it is a possibility, and something I always want to double check if you're transferring money from your deferred comp or 403b, especially if you have money in pre-tax and Roth accounts. If you want to stay more up to date on issues like this and want to know more about retirement in general, then feel free to check out my free community over on School. The link in the description is below. That's where I keep all my digital courses, post exclusive content, and communicate with different members of Washington State employees. So feel free to go and check it out. Like I said, it's free to join. And until next time, remember that your future depends on what you do today.